Hey guys, welcome to Gamers Corner. This is podcast number 6. I'm Engine of Chaos.
And I'm sitting here. In today's podcast, we're going to do a video review of GT5. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the story to the game. There's two parts, the A spec and the B spec. The A spec is pretty much your main hub of playing. It's basically off a leveling system, so as you level up, you gain access to more events, different series, cars, tracks, and you also gain access to different special events within the game.
Right.
And as you level up too, you also gain access to the license test. But what's B spec like?
B spec I think has a little bit more of a story. It's not an actual story like you would see in a role playing game or something like God of War or something like that. But yeah. It does serve its purpose as far as getting extra money, extra cars, but it's boring. You watch your AI drive around a track. You can sometimes tell them to pace up, pace down, overtake, but if you're in a decent car, you're basically just watching a race. Mm-hmm. The plus side to it, I found anyways, is that if you're busy or you got something to do, you can set up a race, put them in a decent car, and then go off, do what you need to do, come back, 6 laps later, it's done, he's won. So I saw that as a plus side. Other than that, the AI is kind of not so good. It seems like they're programmed to just follow that driving line, and that's all they do is just follow that driving line, and they don't want to pass anybody, they don't want to overtake. I mean, you got to sometimes tell them to overtake somebody like 5 or 6 times before he finally does it.
Yeah.
But like I said, it serves its purpose. Not the first thing I go to, but there were some cars in it that I wanted, so I decided to try it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to do if you're busy. So, like you said, so let's talk about the graphics of the game. I mean, this is where the game really shines, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, especially
if you got an HD TV.
Yeah, then it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. The weather effects in the game, the snow, the rain, the night and day transitions, it's amazing. When you go into the cockpit view and it's raining outside, you can see the rain hit the windshield and the wipers are going back and forth.
Yeah.
And to me, it's kind of distracting because I want to look at it instead of race. But
to me, that's what racers are looking at. So if you want more of a real feel of racing, go into the car with it raining out, and you'll know what those guys are looking at.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool feature. I mean, I like it. Even though when you're in the bumper view or you see your car, you can still see the rain come off the tires as you're going.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And the smoke effects, the dirt effects are all. It looks realistic to me.
Yeah, it really does. What did you think of the sound? I mean, the sound was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what every single car sounds like, so that's kind of hard to judge that. But the ones I do know, they sound like the real thing.
Right. Especially, I mean, I heard in GT4 that the muscle cars didn't really sound that, like, they almost sound like a souped-up Toyota more than they did a muscle car.
Oh, really?
But in this, but that's what I heard anyways. But in this, they definitely sound like, a Dodge Challenger or a Ford Mustang. They definitely sound like the real deal. Yeah,
definitely when you got the supercharger in the Challenger, it does sound pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
The music, though, to the game, like the menu music, it's alright.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get on my nerves, but, I mean, it could be better.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know we've been doing custom soundtracks in the game. So if you're doing long races, you can jam out to your own music. And instead of
that'll come in handy when you're doing those endurance races. You have your own music going.
Yeah, it's a nice feature to have, I think.
Yeah.
There's really not too many cons with the graphics, I think. I mean, I haven't seen too many glitches yet or bugs within that.
No, the only thing I mentioned, when we first started playing, was the shadows of the cars. Mm-hmm. They look kind of there's not clean lines on the shadows. It looks more pixelated. But other than that, I mean, I was playing one race in B-Spec today, and one of the camera angles was way low to the pavement, and you could actually see, like, pieces of gravel.
Oh, nice.
Stuff. Yeah, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, like last night I was an A-Spec race, and I was watching a replay of it, and you could see the wind sway back and forth in the trees.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's a lot of detail that you probably wouldn't have seen, but it's there.
Yeah, no, that's cool. All right, so how about the gameplay, the special events? What do you think of those, the challenges and stuff?
For the most part, I like the special events. The go-kart racing was fun, but they are aggressive. They'll spin you out no matter what.
Especially when you get up into the advanced part.
Yeah, they're aggressive. But, I mean, it's still fun, though. I mean, it's a fun thing
Oh,
to
yeah,
do.
it's addicting. I mean, how many times did we start those races?
Like a bunch of times. I'm not going to say.
It's crazy.
But too bad it's only a one-time thing for, like, the...
I was just going to say, the only thing I had a problem with it was that you can't redo it.
Yeah.
It's a one-time deal.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, that's all with all the special events. The Jeff Gordon, I'm so tired of him saying, you hit the cones. I mean, I get it, I hit the cones, okay? You can back off me. But, and that's really hard to do. The challenges are really hard in the NASCAR part.
Yeah, the Top Gear challenges are hard, too.
Yeah, that bus one, I got third place in it, but it's hard. I mean, you can't hit a car, you can't hit the cones, you can't go off the track.
Right.
And what can you do?
Right, exactly.
But my favorite part to the special events was the Grand Tour.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, just to see your guy gets out of the car and goes to the next car. And I mean, I remember one race where I was on Skype with you and I was racing it. And I got so distracted it was at the nighttime, I got so distracted by the fireworks. And they're going off in the distance and you can see the reflection in the water. It looked amazing. I could have parked the car there and just watched the fireworks, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I've seen the fireworks. They look good.
Yeah.
How about the licenses and stuff?
It's like any other Gran Turismo game. I mean,
yeah, I've only gotten up to A. You're up to what, S?
Yeah, I'm at the very last one. It's pretty much the same as the rest.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. You stop and go, cornering, passing cars,
right?
Doing a Golem and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Slalom, not Golem. But what about you think about the dealerships?
The dealership, actually, I like the way the dealership has turned out. Especially the used dealership. I like how it refreshes. It's not always the same car in there.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a specific car, you might have to wait for it, but it does come around. And there's a ton of cars in the new dealership. Some of them, some of the good ones. Most of the good ones are pricey, but still, there's a lot of cars to go by. And you can even find some of those cars in the used dealership sometimes and get them cheaper, which is nice.
Yeah, it's definitely a different take on how the dealerships work. Past games, you can go to the used one and you can get any car you want. This one here, like you say, you gotta wait for it. You might not get it right away, but it's definitely something you can work at.
Yeah.
I like it. It does a pretty good job for the game. Now you got two different tuning areas. You got the GT Auto, and you got the tuning shop. Basically, the GT Auto is where you do your car wash, oil change.
It's a maintenance area.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's where you can do your racing modifications too.
Yeah, oil changes, engine tune-ups, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, the tuning shop is good too. That's where I spend most of my time is in the tuning shop.
Yeah. This is where you buy all your upgrades for your car, basically.
Yeah, weight kits, engine parts, turbo kits, all that stuff, and it's a lot of fun to. I can spend a lot of money in there, and I have spent a lot of money in there.
I think we both have. And I guess we'll give you guys a little tip too. If you're gonna use one of those muscle cars, definitely get the transmission, the $2,000 one or $20,000 sorry.
Yeah.
The fully customizable. This allows you to get past the 110 miles per hour mark.
Yeah, it seems like every muscle car stock is stuck at 110 miles an hour. You can't go any faster, even though they have the horsepower to go faster. And I found out that if you get the adjustable transmission, then you can adjust that transmission and get yourself up to close to 200 miles an hour.
Yeah. The next thing we're going to discuss is the photo travel, and this is basically where you can take your car. You can go any location that you unlocked, and you can pretty much just put your car in different scenes in that location, and you can take pictures of it. Different camera angles, you can adjust how the car is positioned, night and day time, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I haven't spent a lot of time. I've taken a couple pictures, but I haven't spent a lot of time there.
Yeah. I've done that a few times. It's pretty cool. I mean, if you want to take pictures of your car to show off.
Right.
What did you think about the handling to the cars?
They handle like the real deal. You know, it's just as I expected. You know, I mean, a muscle car handles like a brick.
Yeah, it does.
Which is what muscle cars do. They handle like bricks.
He says brick. I call him a rolling turd, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, once you put in the suspension kit though and adjust it to where you need it, then you know it turns a little bit better, which is what it's supposed to do. So yeah, I mean, you know, they definitely got that down good.
Then you got cars like the Mazda you just got. What was it? Mazda
Fura. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, it's Furai.
It's like 600 pounds or something like that.
678
totally light.
kilograms, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like 500 some odd horsepower. The thing understeers like there's no tomorrow. But
right.
Like you said, if you get the suspension and you kind of tweak around with it, you can get any car turning like you want it to be.
Right.
Like in real life, pretty much.
Yep. And then you know the real life damage is really cool.
Yeah.
You see it more prominent in the premium cars than you do the standard cars. I remember last night, Sitton and I were kind of putzing around in our lounge. He had his what was it, the Audi, right?
Yep.
He had his Audi in there, and I mashed up his front end so bad it almost fell off.
Yeah, it was. I mean, at different levels it changes. So like 1 through 20, it's kind of like just dents and stuff. Then as you progress, you will see more moderate damage. So at level 20, you'll start seeing more damage to your car, and then at level 40. You get full damage. That's where the hood is popping off, the door is coming off, your trunk and your bumper is all falling off, stuff like that.
Yeah, so they did a good job on the damage, I think.
So you definitely got to work for it.
Yeah.
What do you think about the online part?
The online play was good. We just had our first event last Sunday, and you know there were some hiccups. You know, people were having trouble getting on, but I think they fixed most of those. Yeah. And I know that there is a trick, you know, if you're getting that error that it's not compatible, you can go in and clear your cache and then come back in and it should fix it. So the online is good. I like how you can go in and actually, you can look at other people's cars, you can go in and drive around the tracks while you're waiting for people to come in. So, you know, the online part's a lot of fun. It just adds to the community.
Yeah, it's lots of fun. I mean, we raced in that pretty much. The first night we were in my lounge doing a bunch of recording.
Yep.
It's definitely fun. You can show off your cars. You can do different types of races. You can do like a Le Mans type race if you want to do. And they're always upgrading it too. They're going to add more features to it. They just added a new feature last week where you can adjust the horsepower and the weight regulations.
Which is nice, yeah, so you can break it up a little bit more.
Yep. And then
I also like how you can, you know, with the online, is you can gift cars to people. Like if they need a certain car for a certain race and you happen to have it, and they don't want to save up for it, or they can't save up for it, you can go ahead and send it to them, gift it to them, and then you can either have them send it back or let them keep it, which is nice. That is
definitely an awesome feature. We've used it quite a few times already to help each other out with races, and or if we saw a car that we thought the other person liked, we just bought it and gifted it to each other. So it's definitely fun to do that. So yeah, I mean, a great game. I love it. I love playing it.
I play it all the time.
Yeah, I haven't taken it out on my PS3 since I bought it. Actually, I have.
Oh no, that's a lie. You took it out on Tuesday.
Yeah, I did for our Black Ops event. But yeah.
So overall, what would you know?
The game's awesome. It's top notch. It has a few bugs in it. I love it. So I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars out of 5.
I gave it the same score, 4.5 stars out of 5. Definitely a good game. Great buy. You should go out and definitely pick this one up if you haven't already.
Yeah, don't let it pass by. So thanks for listening to our video review, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening. See you later.
Take care.